Hi, I just wanted to make a video just kind of shouting out to my Facebook friend Wendy. I, after reading your comment, I can't stop thinking of you. Like, I know what I'm going through. Like, today, I couldn't even make it to my first class because it was so difficult to just sit up because my spine is like incredibly, it's killing me. There's obviously something wrong with it, but I'm so scared of going to a chiropractor because or even any sort of spine doctor because I don't want them to mess me up even more. I haven't found one that has agreed to tell me that has knows anything about EDS. They say that yeah, I could look it up, or I'm sure I could read up on it before your appointment. But I'm just like, reading up on it is not enough. I need someone who understands so I don't get hurt. But what I did was, I have my TENS unit on right now, or one of my most favorite TENS unit. This one actually, I put the probes on my back because I keep the boxes of the TENS units beside my bed. I don't know if you can see, but these are my 10 unit boxes, and I so whenever I have a rough morning, I just kind of reach over and put it on my back. So I have it going right now. Um, so I um, wanted to just, I was thinking of you going through your programs, your post, secondary programs, and trying to be a doctor and just not knowing what is wrong with you. Like, me knowing that my problem is a connective tissue disorder helps me. It gives me strength. It gives me hope that okay, at least I know what's wrong with me. I'm not going crazy. Like me not being able to sit up in bed today, like I can't imagine not knowing why. Like, I know why. I know that it's a connective tissue disorder. I know why I have to wear knee braces. Like, these are the knee braces that I have on now. I actually can't afford new knee braces because these are barely stretched out. So I'm working on sewing together a new one, my own. I started with a patellar stabilizer. So like this is pretty much stabilizes my my knee joint. I just kind of, without the brace on, I put it here and then I tape it onto my skin when it's hotter. But today it's kind of cold, so I'm gonna wear my old braces. Plus, like, I have to go to physics since I have an exam this Thursday. I can't miss class. So I've been working rather than possibly missing class. The physics class, I decided to, I guess, forfeit my morning class so that I could have enough strength to get through my physics class. And like, even I have, notes explaining my disorder so that my teachers can understand when I can't make it to class and why. It's not that I'm just slacking. I can't imagine what, Wendy went through when she couldn't explain to her teachers why it was hard for her to attend, why she kept falling, like why her knees or I don't know if her knees dislocated, but if I couldn't explain my knees dislocate, or what my continuous, my hips are always popping out. Recently, my hip doesn't seem to want to stay where it was meant to stay. Like, it's horribly painful where I kind of walk like leaning forward the way I'm in so much pain. But I if I didn't have proof that I had EDS, like if I couldn't provide medical documentation to the transportation department at Rutgers, I wouldn't have been able to obtain a master key. I wouldn't have been able to attend any of my classes because Rutgers is a huge school. I'm the I every time I took the bus, I if I did not catch a seat, I would always fall. Every time the brakes were hit at every stop, my knees would dislocate. And that's how I met a lot of my friends. I fell on them. So it's amazing how many people I fell on, where to the point, but then I can't walk, from building to building. I must take the bus. So I stopped going to class, and if before I got my diagnosis, but once I got my diagnosis, then I realized I could drive my car and park in the handicapped spots next to each building. So if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have been able to attend any of my classes. And even online classes, it's like I can't imagine her just kind of always being on a schedule. It's difficult because you never know when your body's going to give out. You never know when you're going to be in more pain than the next day. Like, you never know when any of your joints going to want to dislocate. Right now, to write, like to bend my fingers more than this is like it's painful. I tried to grab the tens unit, and I have to grab it like this because in order to bend my fingers, it's so painful. It feels like they're stuck, and every time I bend it cracks. I don't know if you hear that, but it's like it's so painful. And I don't know how I'm gonna take notes today. I'm gonna record and see and then listen to it later. But I just I just keep thinking of Wendy, and I want Wendy to tell me her story. I want her to come. If she's willing to leave comments on Facebook, I think she might be willing to actually just kind of write an article, and I want to post it on EDSers.com because she got diagnosed at age 36. I can't imagine me being diagnosed at age 22 or 22 was horrible. Like I had fibromyalgia for a while. That diagnosis for a really long time. And then when I finally figured out why I had fibromyalgia, that's when, you know, everyone stopped saying, "Oh, I guess it's not in her head. Oh, I guess she's not an anxious person. Oh, I guess she doesn't have mental problems." Like that's what is assumed of you. And Wendy's a woman, and naturally, when a woman complains of chronic pain and there's no diagnosis that doesn't have, I guess, bad stigmas attached to it given, then she's discredited. She's looked at as mental. She's looked at as a complainer. She's looked at as a hypochondriac. And I can just imagine what she went through. And I feel my heart goes out to you. And thank you. You inspire me because I do not want anyone else to have to reach the age at which you, especially you, or even I feel like when you're by the age of 5, we should already know whether a child has any sort of connective tissue disorder. By the age of 5, it should be confirmed and watched as the child ages. Every single year, check it out. Check out the heart. Check out the stability of the joints every single year. And had that happened, I would have been diagnosed. I'm sure you would have been diagnosed. Your life would have turned out way different, and my life would have been different. Like we wouldn't have had to struggle so hard. But your struggle is not gonna go unnoticed. We all will share your story. I am determined that people will know about you and your efforts to help others like you and to help yourself. Like your desire to help to become a doctor says enough. So this is me reaching out to Wendy, and when I couldn't, lift my back up this morning, you were the first one on my mind. So I hope you're well, and And just know that I'm always here for you. And just message me whenever you feel, whenever you need. I am here and I'm your friend. So I hope you're well.